Hey there, I'm your host Ryota, and welcome to Bridge by Candlelight, a podcast that explores craftsmanship, culture, and creativity. Today, we are starting a new series, but before we do so, please let me introduce what you can expect from our podcast going forward. Our podcast is mainly comprised of 4 types of sub-series, which will be aired in no particular order. And the 4 sub-series are Core of the Craft, which is an in-depth exploration of traditional crafts, their detailed processes and the challenges that the artisans face. Culture Bridge, which examines cultural topics from diverse global perspective and sharing our unique insights. Creative Voices, which is conversations we have with artists whose work aligns with our values, diving into their creative vision. And last but not least, Craft Stories, sharing short stories centered around traditional crafts based on true events and folklore. And also we will share some of their histories and tips for experiencing them firsthand. Today, we will share our first ever Craft Stories episode, so whether you're winding down for the night or having a cup of coffee in the morning, join us on this journey. Find your comfortable space, maybe light a candle, and let's begin. Long time ago, in Edo period Japan, the city's fire brigade, known as the Hikeshi, were the heroes who fought night and day to protect the wooden metropolis from flames. One winter night in the Tenpo era, a great fire raged across the city. Among the firefighters of the famous Megumi Company was a man named Shinkichi, who charged into the inferno alongside his comrades. He wore the standard thick quilted jackets of the firemen, dyed in a deep indigo blue. Before entering the blaze, they had drenched their indigo hanten jackets in water, making them heavy and soaked, and then plunged into the sea of flames. Inside a burning storehouse, Shinkichi spotted a fallen fellow fireman. As beams threatened to collapse around them, he rushed over without hesitation, hoisting his colleague onto his shoulders. Swirling flames licked at the 2 men. The indigo-dyed jacket on Shinkichi's back, though soaking wet, began to singe and char under the extreme heat. Gritting his teeth, Shinkichi thought, "I won't let this beat us," and barged through a wall of fire. Waiting crew members grabbed them as they burst out of the flaming building, and just seconds later, the entire storehouse crumbled behind them with a crash. Shinkichi's colleague survived, but Shinkichi's jacket was scorched in places, blackened by the fire. The onlookers stared in amazement. "Are you hurt at all?" an older fireman yelled. Shinkichi looked down at himself, equally astonished. Despite the burnt holes in his coat, the skin underneath was untouched. Not a single blister. Bewildered, he peeled back a sleeve to check his arms and shoulders. They were grimy with soot and sweat, but unburned. As everyone marveled at this, the veteran fire chief spoke up. "I've heard that indigo cloth resists fire, but I never knew it could protect a man this well." A few days later, with his rescued colleague, Shinkichi visited the workshop of the dye maker who had handcrafted their jackets. The old indigo dyer listened quietly to their tale and then smiled. That's the power of true Hon'ai indigo, he explained gently. Cloth dyed with natural indigo doesn't catch fire easily, and it's even said to help wounds heal faster. It's why samurai wore indigo-dyed undergarments. They believed it kept their injuries from festering. Shinkichi recalled the strange coolness he had felt, even inside the flames. He realized that it was the indigo-dyed jacket that had shielded him and his friend. Running a hand over the deep blue fabric, he brushed away some ash, revealing the rich navy hue as beautiful and dark as a midnight sky. Late that night, on his way home, Shinkichi looked up at the stars. His indigo fire coat still carried a faint smell of smoke, but in his chest he felt only the pride and gratitude. This samurai blue, the color of indigo, had quietly protected the lives of firefighters and warriors alike with its miraculous properties. In the hush of the Edo midnight, Shinkichi's jacket, the color of samurai's courage and honor, glimmered softly in the moonlight, a deep blue beacon of resilience. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the story. So, the indigo dyeing, known as Aizome in Japanese, has been cherished in Japan for centuries. So much so that its vivid deep blue came to be celebrated internationally as Japan Blue. The art of indigo flourished especially in the Edo period, coloring the clothes of commoners. Sumptuary laws reserved bright colors for samurai and nobility, so the working classes relied on cotton garments dyed in indigo. Fortuitously, indigo has natural antibacterial and insect repellent properties. People noticed that indigo-dyed garments resisted odor and soothed the skin. Indeed, modern science has confirmed that genuine indigo-dyed fabric is antiseptic and deters insects. Owing to these benefits, samurai preferred indigo-dyed clothes for undergarments and bandages, believing it would prevent wounds from infection and help them heal faster. Edo-era firefighters likewise trusted their indigo jackets as fire-resistant, a faith that was often vindicated in the face of actual flames. Traditional Japanese indigo dye is derived from the leaves from the Japanese indigo plant, fermented into a compost-like mass called tsukumo. The dyeing process is labor-intensive and almost alchemical. The tsukumo is dissolved in an alkaline vat and kept alive through careful feeding and temperature control. It creates a living dye bath. Cloth is dipped repeatedly into the indigo vat and exposed to air, for which it can oxidize the indigo and gradually deepen the blue with each cycle. The dye vat, called an aigame, is treated almost like a member of the family by the artisans and the other workers, earning affectionate nicknames. Indigo masters traditionally refer to tending the vat as if nurturing a living creature, reflecting the delicate fermentation required. Textiles dyed with true indigo gain richness with each wash and remarkably durable. Today, regions like Awa in Tokushima Prefecture or Kurume in Fukuoka and Hachioji in Tokyo are renowned for indigo dyeing, and many workshops offer hands-on indigo experience to visitors. The deep blue, often nicknamed samurai blue, remains a symbol of Japan. Even the national football team's uniform bears this hue. With its striking beauty and practical virtues, Japanese indigo dyeing continues to fascinate people around the world and stands as a vibrant link between Japan's past and present. So, if you ever wondered why the Japanese football teams often wear blue instead of red and white like the flag, now you know. So let's just finish off with where you can experience these indigo dyeing. You get indigo dyeing workshops which are available across Japan. For those eager to try this traditional craft, in Tokushima Prefecture, famed for its indigo production, you can visit the Aino Yakata Indigo Museum in Aizome or Awa, traditional indigo dyeing studio, where you can watch artisans at work and dip dye a handkerchief for yourself. In Tokyo, visitor-friendly indigo classes are offered at places like Wanaria in Asakusa or at craft studios in places like Shibuya, where participants can dye textiles in small vats. Kurume in Fukuoka, known for its indigo dye, as known as Kurume Kasuri textiles, also has workshops where you can try indigo dyeing, for example with t-shirts or hand towels under a craftsman's guidance. In these hands-on sessions, you'll get to dunk fabric into the vat, lift it out to oxidize and repeat, and watch the cloth turn from green to the signature blue, as if by magic. Surrounded by the earthy aroma of the fermenting indigo, peering into the deep blue vat, you can feel as if you've stepped back in time as an Edo period dyer. It's a memorable way to create a one-of-a-kind indigo item and connect with Japan's rich textile heritage. Now, please note that if you are planning to visit one of these wonderful places to experience Aizome, all this information that I'm sharing with you today may be subject to change, as the information online may change. It might be outdated and the workshop might be full on arrival. So it is always good to contact them beforehand. Make sure to secure your place before you go so you can make the best of your trip. Thank you very much for listening. That was the first ever episode of Craft Stories. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I can promise you there will be more to come. But please let us know what you would like to hear next through our social media like Instagram. We'd love to hear what you're interested in. And that's it for this episode. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share. Each of your actions help us greatly to grow our platform. So until next time, let's inspire each other and make tomorrow just a little more colorful than today. See you.